Hey guys, this is ArtsyWisdom. My name's Diane. Thank you for coming by. Some of you know I haven't been online lately. I've been up in Northwest Indiana visiting my mom. I mentioned she's going through treatment for cancer. She's doing great, but and I visited with my siblings, so we've had a good time, but I've been out of town and I've been busy and enjoying myself. But I wanted to touch base with you because things are crazy, and every time I turn on the news, I can't stand it. So I thought I wanted to share with you some of the images that I was getting, and they might give you some comfort, maybe. Thank you for all my new subscribers too, by the way. All right, first of all, I wanted to say this. I don't know if I mentioned in my last video, but when I saw Trump, I also saw him slumped over, but this is something separate. I saw the energy building and building. I feel like this period of time, the energy is getting more and more unpredictable and scary in a way, but a lot of good in it. It's just so much unpredictability and so much chaos. But what I saw was, you guys know when Julius Caesar was, he got killed, all the senators surrounded him and they stabbed him to death. I felt like something like that was going to happen to Trump. It's like he's almost become spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, and it's too much. And the Republicans are all making money and they're happy, but it's going to get to the point where their constituents, the people that they represent, are going to be blowing up. The MAGA lovers, the people that voted for him in the poor red states, are going to be saying something to them, and they're going to have to do something, and they're going to have to quiet Trump. Maybe it's about quieting him, but it feels more like stopping him completely for good. I don't think they'll literally stop him for good like that, but it's like that. They're going to come to him and do that. And he has a lot of strong people around him that don't give up, but it's not yet. It's going to get to the point where there's going to be so many bad decisions, so many ways he's gutting things and purging things and removing people from offices, and government agencies won't run. People will be in danger, basically. So I got the Hermit, but what I like about this card is the praying mantis has got his antenna around the sun. So it may be soon that the sun is going to come out. So what else I saw was, when I asked for, I see Moses sometimes and I talk to him and I saw him kind of at an end of his life, where he's very old and really aged and can hardly walk. And he said it was kind of like a collective karma, because we are not as focused on our spiritual lives, or too focused on money, too focused on the things that don't last as a country and a humanity. And it made sense. But he says, if the more we become more spiritual, the more we focus on God or whatever it is, the morality in it, or ethics, then we'll get better at having more character. It sucks, I know. But I also looked into Musk and I pulled some cards on him. And the thing is I immediately saw him as this flurry of this negative stuff that happens. When it begins, I see him receding out, like moving away. And then I pulled the Six of Swords, which is going from rough waters to calm. And I imagined him, I saw him going to, like the villain in the James Bond movies, on an island somewhere. I see him going somewhere like that. But he doesn't go away for good. He just does his own thing. He leaves. I feel like there's going to be so many lawsuits, so much illegal things that he's going to do, or has done, because he has done them already, that because he's let his little minions go to the Treasury Department and access all the data and privacy and all the money, all the systems that they have to distribute trillions of dollars. And just that alone is illegal. And he makes a decision on a tweet, and then the Congress follows his choice, like he was elected. And anyway, I saw him leaving. I also saw him, I saw this, like the card has a rainbow. I put it back because I was just shuffling. But I see him revamping himself, renewing himself in a different version, then coming up with different ideas. But it doesn't have to do with the government per se. It's about more tech stuff or living his life. I've said this before, I think he's not gonna, I don't see him living to a ripe old age. But I'm gonna pull a card here from us. Let's see, is he gonna leave us alone? The Knight of Pentacles. So this little gopher guy, he's trying to hide, he's hiding, I look at that hole and he's hiding those pentacles, which is money in the ground. So, and this is a very slow card. It takes a long time to get done. So what I'm saying, feeling and thinking that him receding and moving away from the job that he was given by Donnie, it's going to go slower. It's going to go slower than we want. It's just this chaos. It can't continue at this rate. And something doesn't happen. There's going to be so many more protests. I know the Democratic congressmen are joining the protesters outside the USAID agency that they've all been on furlough. Ace of Wands. So this is a lovely card. So this is, you know, inspiration, new ideas, light in the darkness, having it move forward, bringing that idea into a new age. We're going through the big shift. February 23rd, Mars goes direct. It's been in Cancer and retrograde, and Trump took office when it was in retrograde. So when things begins, marriage even, and that moment is a birth chart for that moment. And so his birth chart for his inauguration was when Mars is retrograde. It's going to go direct. So we're going to go past all of this. We're like living in this muck, this soup of him throwing everything at the wall to see if it sticks. And as it moves forward, things will start to fall away, and the reality of his lies and his desire to have all the money in the world, I guess, his greed, is going to be exposed. There's going to be lots of things being exposed. And it feels like I can see like things bare, raw. And that's when things are going to shift. Now, February 23rd, it's going to move forward, but it takes time. And then later in March, I think, Venus goes retrograde, and so does Mercury. So there's going to be, I think we're going to get a handle. Things are going to start at the end of February. There's going to be some sort of organized handling of things, or Congress is going to start actually doing something, the Democratic Congress, and the people, the swelling. I can see the swelling of the energy of all Americans coming together to push back on all of this crazy. I see this happening. He'll still have his followers. I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but it's rising and it's rising. And then when Venus and Mercury go retrograde, we're going to have to refigure how to move forward, because I think by then there's going to be so many changes. I think he might start a conflict with another country, not just tariffs with Canada, Mexico, and China, but he will find something in another country. Maybe it'll be Panama. Something, or Europe, something. He's going to find a conflict to distract us, because he's about distraction. He doesn't want you to see that he's hiding money over here. Look over here, I'm playing the drums, but he's putting money in his pocket. So I just wanted to jump on for that. I can sense the energy is going to grow and grow and grow, and we are going to take back the country. And I think ultimately things will be leaner in the government, and there'll be some privatization. I hope, well, it'll probably be more than I want, but I think ultimately it'll be a good thing. just this giant months of flux. It's just a lot. So expect that till April, but at the end of February, I think things are gonna really be surprised. We're gonna start seeing the exposed, his skin and bones. Yeah. Oh yeah, this was another image. I forgot about this. I was talking to Christ too, Jesus Christ. And he showed me an image of like a skewer with, it's not bacon fat, what do they call it? Pork belly? That's the thing now. People eat that all the time. It's too gross to me. But it's on a skewer, and it's on top. You see it's all brown and toasty and caramelized. But he was showing me, you flip it up and it's all that fat underneath. This is what he showed me Donnie looks like. It's like he kept flipping it up, like look underneath. Look all the fat under there. And I'm trying to, if it's just his own fat or his wastefulness or his disgustingness of, that he just appears one way, but he really is this nasty bit underneath. So, I mean, that's a no-brainer. It's like, okay, what does that even mean? So if I ask him again, he's like, be safe, do not worry, live in the now, stay in the knowing, have faith. And I feel this sense of really beautiful love. It makes me almost want to cry. It feels so lovely. And that's always there. All this other noise that is going on around us is distracting us and making us scared. Do you have any other words for us? You're loved. Remember that. This will all end. And he wants you to continue to pray and stay in that spiritual place of knowing even after it ends. That's what I'm hearing too. Doesn't want you, just because of now we're all scared and might be praying more or something. He's like, continue to do that after. Anything else? I see him with his arms in the air like this. That's to God. You are loved. This is my children. You are loved, my children. Oh, take it. That's beautiful. It felt really good. And 4 of Cups, which is, it's kind of like, we don't know how good we have it sometimes, All right, 4 of Pentacles, which is also taking care of our needs, and we're putting money aside, and we should not spend overly. Budget. If you can get some canned goods in the pantry, some pasta, rice. Won't be able to start a garden yet unless you're on the southern hemisphere, but yeah, just be really careful with your money right now and take care, guys. Okay, we're gonna get through this. All right, till next time.